Hey guys, I thought I'd send you a little video. I'm getting a few questions about what should I do with that $1,200 that Congress just passed? By the way, at this taping, it passed the Senate, it hasn't passed the House, and we probably think that it's going to happen, but we'll uh, we'll see what happens there. But what can you do with it? Well, one of the things you can do is invest it. And you may not want to put it into stocks and maybe the S&P 500 right now. We don't know where we're at on that and that sort of thing. But even since you have such a long horizon, typically, if you're 19 or 20 years old, I mean, you probably could throw it in right now and just forget about it. So anyway, let's proceed with just a little tool that we find on the Dave Ramsey site, daveramsey.com. And if you put in your current age here, you can play with this all you want. It's under tools. Say you're 19, well, the retirement age when you get there is going to be closer to 70, maybe older. And for an investing career, probably longer than that. How much have you saved for retirement? What we're going to do is actually just assume that the only money you have is the $1,200. Okay, so we're going to start with that in that investment, and then we're not going to contribute anything to this, but we're also going to figure on compound interest at about 8%, which is fairly conservative when you take into account what the stock market has done over the last 100 years. So let's try 8. And let's see what our portfolio would be in that time frame from 19 to 70. Wow. So you didn't contribute any time during that period. You converted $1,200 to almost $70,000. Okay. Now the interesting part about this, and 70,000 isn't going to be what it is today. We all know that with inflation and that sort of thing. What about if you decided to put in $100 a month? Now that's the same as your initial investment, but spread out over 12 years, and do that for the rest till you're 70. $930,271. And look at the breakdown. Your total contributions are $61,000. You can grow that to $867,871. And this is one of the reasons that I get kind of excited about telling young people why they ought to just put it in an investment account, forget about it. Is that in your lifetime, you could typically be a millionaire. $100 a month is something that is going to be a very small fraction of what your earnings are going to be in the future. So, I mean, if we were to average 200, I mean, play with this thing a little bit. There's no reason anybody in the United States is not a millionaire with these kind of statistics and calculations, of course. So you could grow with total contributions over your lifetime of $122,000 to 1.7, almost $1.8 million just in that one investing account. And you might have multiples of these. These kind of calculations, and this was just after you get out in the working world and you're putting away $200 a month, religiously disciplined and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, the sky is the absolute limit as far as for any of you, and many of you will have the chance to put way more than that in there. So what I would encourage you to do, and it's not an assignment, it's just something to look at for yourself. If this interests you, we actually have a group on campus. It's unorganized. I just have a few students that are kind of interested in trading and that sort of thing. We go over some strategies for investing. And we've had a lot of fun. Actually, we've met in the interim during spring break and that sort of thing with Zoom and video conferencing and that sort of thing. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, I'd love to have you. you may have plenty on your plates. Hopefully you're getting lots of exercise. Pauses can be very positive. How about that? Pauses can be very positive. And I don't know if you can see it on my board here, but here's a little scripture that I've had on taped up on my mirror at home and on my desk and that sort of thing. But anyway, in Timothy, Paul writes to Timothy, and he says, we are not given a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and self-control. So the gift being that we don't have a spirit of fear if we've received the gift. And if you're a believer, you know all about that. If you're not, then go to somebody that knows a little bit more about it. I always go refer to the professionals on all this stuff. And if you have any questions, of course, give me a holler. I'm available, accessible, and all that kind of stuff, just in a little different form. Take care, you guys. I miss you, and I look forward to seeing your faces on camera in the near future.